Hey everybody, there's been some recent developments in the PlayStation scene that I think is worth checking out. So let's just go ahead and do so. So the very first thing is that there was 10.60 which came out very recently for the PlayStation 5, and inside the notes here what we saw was they just put we've improved system software performance and stability and then improving the messages. Now, what was very interesting about this is that with version 10.60 coming out, we started to see a couple of things pop up on Twitter for 10.40. Now, this is one that's currently making its rounds that a lot of folks are starting to take a look at. And what it says here is that this is a WebKit PS5 exploit. It's fully functional at 100%, and there is an option for developers to enhance it and explore it. And just a message of let's push the limits of what this exploit can do. So if you go over to this GitHub URL right here, you'll find that this is basically just the exploit that we previously know and love, but has had some modifications to it. And all of those modifications are listed right here into the commits. Now, there was a video that was posted inside this thread right here of what exactly it looks like, and let's take a quick peek at that. So basically, the video starts here, and what we can see is they're going to the system software settings and going to show the version number. And right there, you can see it is setting on 10.40. And they're going to the user guide here and then just popping open this page, which contains those files I just showed you that were over on GitHub. So there's a quick cache all here. And then for the PS5, they press this button here and it lists out that this is a PS5 UMTX jailbreak, and it gives the exploit WebKit up at the top title, and there you can see it is starting to trigger it. And then at the very end of the messages on the screen here, it basically says that it was successful. But for the meantime, we'll just have to wait and see. Now, that's not the only thing that I saw from this. If we go ahead and we go back here and I look over here to this tweet, this was from the Flow, and the Flow put out a message right here saying, does somebody have a link to the PS5's 10.40 pup? Which makes this just a little bit more interesting, at least in my opinion. And I have just a gut feeling that there might be something in 10.40 that's going to be very good for us in the PlayStation hacking community. But that's just a hunch. I have nothing to back that up. Now, there was a couple of more things that I noticed in the scene. And one of them was this blog post that I have been reading through and watching these videos. And basically, what this is a remote code execution that uses the game Marvel Rivals. Now, what's very interesting about this game is that originally this blog post and this video right here showed how they were doing this with a PC. But what they found was that this also opens up the door for an entry point on the PlayStation 5, and it says you can check out that proof of concept here. Now, again, with all of my videos, there's always links. If you want to jump to any of these links down below, they will be in the description. But I want to take a look at the video that was located right here. So this machine right here is obviously the PlayStation 5, and he does show that in just a second. He's already running his exploit script right now, or executable, and there you can see it is a PS5, and he is able to run his code, as you can see right there, it's saying buffering decryption key. And then what you'll see in just a second is there's going to be a pop-up, and it says debug Entrypoint success by the author's name. Now, one thing to note in this is that they are connected to the PlayStation Network, And so they would need to be on the very latest firmware. And obviously, Marvel Rivals is being constantly updated right now. So you would need to be running the very latest firmware 10.60 in order to be able to run this game. So that is good news for us. It looks like this could be another potential entry point. And then the last significant thing that I wanted to cover was that there is a brand new version to Hammer 83's PS5 JAR loader. Now, version 4.00 was recently out. I didn't cover that on the channel because that one had some bugs, and I kind of knew that there were some things that didn't look right on that. But I do think that 4.01 is looking much, much better for this. You can see in here a couple of the things that was added, which was kernel read write primitives on firmware 6.00 plus. And again, there was a payload to activate the debug settings menu. Now, what's really significant about all of this is that it's pretty neat that we can at least, the videos have shown on a 6.50 system, we can not only get our debug settings, which you can see right here in this video, we got our debug settings, but we can also install packages. Now, you'll see this package will eventually get installed here, and obviously that is still locked, but the case stuff that we've recently seen EchoStretch working on for the early 5 firmwares could potentially be coming over to some of these later firmwares, which would be pretty awesome. Now, it doesn't just end with 6.50. I saw another message over here from Brutal Sam, which showed a PS5 running 7.40, also getting debug settings. And again, credit to Mstone for creating this video. But right here, they were testing that with the PS5 JAR loader 4.00. And again, I just mentioned that the new version is 4.01. But if we take a quick peek at this video right here, what we can see is that they will go ahead and run the exploit. And then once it is successful down here at the end, they will go ahead and they will kick it back out to their settings. And as you can see, if they go ahead and show it, they're on 7.40 here. And now they can go back and they can scroll down and they can go to debug settings, which is a pretty amazing thing that you can do right now. So it looks like we're starting to cover more firmwares, 7.40 here and 6.50 over here. It will be absolutely interesting to see kind of what comes out of this. Obviously, what would be great to come out of this is case stuff where we can actually run a lot of these fake packages that's currently we're being able to install. And then maybe if we could do some of this kind of cool stuff in 7.40, then that means we now would have access to a whole lot more games than right now, where we're currently limited to games that are basically 4.51 and under. Anyways, I hope this update was informative and you got something out of it. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Michael, out!